First off, guys, I want to jump right into it and just tackle the 6ix9ine situation. As of late, he's been on the tongues of some of hip hop's most notable commentators. Recently, Joe Budden just published a show called Pull Up. It's kind of like a roundtable discussion. In attendance was Wayno, Casanova, and Charlemagne the God, and a few other hip hop insiders. Anyway, for most of this segment, all these guys kept doing was talking about 6ix9ine, and basically the context that I was getting is that no one liked 6ix9ine. Well, excluding Joe, I don't think Joe co-signs 6ix9ine, but I don't think he particularly has any problems with him. But the thing that really stood out in the conversation was how they felt that 6ix9ine wasn't gangster, and that he was setting a bad precedence on hip hop as far as perpetuating gang violence and things of that nature. Casanova was saying that he feels as though he's actually not gangster himself, that he actually surrounds himself with gangster, and that he shouldn't be putting himself out there. And of course, Charlemagne feels as though he invites all of the wrong type of energy. And I have no problem with any of those guys' opinions. Everybody's entitled to their opinions. Like I said, I didn't start this to drag anybody or to shade anybody. I actually respect everyone's opinion, but I disagree because I would have to say that I feel that Tekashi is doing no different than anyone else. I mean, the 21 Savages, the Block Boy JBs, the NBA Young Boys, gun toting, in videos, representing gang activity and just street culture in general. I guess it's no different. Actually, you can go back as far as DMX or Mobb Deep. Let's take it back even further. Kool G Rap, I guess one of the first originators of gangster rap, in my opinion, before NWA even. So I don't know why they're being so hard on this kid. I don't know if it's the rainbow hair, the tattoos on his face. But to me, even though I don't agree with a lot of some of the antics, I understand that he's trolling, right? Which a lot of people does. Like Charlemagne himself is a troll. Okay. Joe trolls a lot. Academics is a troll. So I don't know why people have such an issue with this young man. I don't know. In my opinion, he is the king of New York. And the reason why I say that is because he is the hottest male rapper in New York right now, like hands down. Why? Because he's on the tongues of all of these people. And not only that, like even me, like with the YouTube version of this, I'm going to have his name in the description, right? And in the tags. Why? Because he's trending. The click-through rate for any video titled Tekashi is going to be very high. And we all know that. And of course, we want you guys to check out our content. So we have to tip our hats to Tekashi, if anything, the way that he's leveraging social media and influence. So, we have to respect that. Now, we don't have to agree with like his antics. I don't co-sign any gang activity, but I kind of myself like to focus on the positive that he's doing. Giving back to the schools that he has attended, giving to the poor when he was down shooting the video for Gotti in DR. And I respect that. And like I said, I'm not going to try to call him out on publicity. Some people try to say, oh, he was only giving money out because he wanted to, get publicity for Gotti and his movement. And you know what? Even with this Tentacion and that controversy of X claiming that Drake took his charity idea, it doesn't matter. When you're giving back, you're giving back. That's how I look at it. I feel as though they don't necessarily have to back up on him. Put out whatever content you want. But I feel like it's unfair. And concerning Ebro, right? I have to bring up Ebro on this. I feel Ebro is kind of has some sort of bias towards him because he says he didn't want Tekashi 6ix9ine at Summer Jam. I don't know if that's actually the case. I don't know if Tekashi will actually be performing there or not. But it seems like he's, labeling him, singling him out as being a negative representative of gang culture when in fact he did an interview with Cardi B and she represents the Bloods. I don't know. And didn't she just have a controversy with disrespecting the Crips? So I don't know. I'm confused. And anyway, as far as the checking in thing, basically, when I was listening to Tekashi's manager or the CEO, Treyway, basically he was explaining that the reason why they didn't check in LA is because they already have relationships with Bloods out there, which is totally understandable. And the other guys was coming off as clout chasers, or like they're trying to extort the kid or something. And when it comes to the whole clout chasing thing, everybody's throwing that term around, and I think academics has coined that the phrase. But I look at it like this: everybody clout chases. Like, isn't that what this is all about? You know, we want people to click through to our videos, to subscribe to our channel, to follow our social media platforms. Everybody wants clout in some form. Now, should we do it by degrading, shading, or dragging someone else down? No. But we have to admit, like I spoke in the first episode, conflict is entertaining. It's what it's about. If people weren't polarizing and there was no conflict, people would not stay tuned. Everybody couldn't have the type of halo effect that Oprah had, whereas though she can have a bunch of positive context to her episodes and her platform, and very little conflict. Okay, I think Oprah, she pretty much dropped on the emotional triggers. So, you know, she's the exception to that, but mostly everybody else is polarizing. Like Donahue, in terms of that talk show, he was polarizing. Okay, he could get under your skin and push buttons. And that's what Tekashi is good at doing. And I think that's what people have a issue with. The fact that he can troll better. He's out trolling all of the trolls, you know, and I feel like this. The kid is winning in terms of influence. He's constantly charting. Gotti has charted. So now he's like, he has six hit songs out there. We have to give this guy some respect. Now, as far as Ebro has to, I'm not saying that Ebro has an issue with the kid as far as the fact that he didn't break the kid, but they didn't give this kid any play. They didn't back him. You know, they didn't put the machine behind him. Like, this kid broke himself, you know, him and his team. And we got to respect that. And if they're sitting around for like 40 minutes or more talking about this guy, they're only bringing more heat to him. But actually, I feel like they're really talking about this guy to bring heat to themselves, because this guy is trending. So we all have to admit that he is the hottest right now. Well, anyway, I want to get off that, and I want to get on this Kanye thing, right? What the hell is up with Kanye? Excuse me. Now, I tuned into Hot 97, and I heard that Ebro talking about some tweets that Kanye did. I'm not really heavily on Twitter. I'm about to get on there and start my platform up and really try to build my Twitter platform up. But anyway, he had put out some controversial tweets, you know, saying that he loves Trump, and it's another supporter. She's a black supporter now, and I think she's turned over. She's now on the conservative side as well. And she has some. Forgive me for not having a name. Like I said, I'm not a media person. I'm only reacting to this news. Anyway, Kanye has rubbed people the wrong way with these tweets. And in my opinion, I think everybody is just jumping out the window, man. I'm hearing all these conspiracy theories. I'm seeing all of the memes put up there saying, "Hey, Kanye is in a sunken place." You know what I'm saying? Get out too. I feel like Kanye is just simply expressing himself. I can't speak for the man. I don't know the man, but I feel like we're just moving too soon. Maybe we do need to listen and wait and hear what he has to say in any upcoming interviews, or as far as what his music is, the message in his music is. And you know what? Using this as a marketing ploy, can we really criticize? Isn't everyone using a marketing ploy? Like really, come on. Like, you don't want people to, you don't want to have any hype around any messaging that you want out there. Now, I'm not saying I agree with that. I don't believe in any Uncle Tom, coonery, buffoonery type shit, sellout. I don't agree with that. But I can't just jump out there and say that Kanye is actually doing this. So I'm just going to stay tuned and see what the man has to say. And I just want to hear his music. I'm kind of getting tired of how we're taking everything so freaking serious instead of focusing on the freaking music. This time, I refuse to let any of the messaging that Kanye had music. I just want to thoroughly listen to his music, man, unbiased, and just enjoy it if it's good. If it's not, hey, I'll give my honest opinion on that, but I don't want to be, confused here. It's like we're having like the wool pulled over our eyes. And the only thing that really matters right now is the music, because everyone has opinion. We're never going to agree with everyone. And we shouldn't want to. I mean, the world would be a crazy place if everybody thought, act, and looked the same. The beauty about human life is we have the gift of duality. So, we're not going to always be everyone's cup of tea, and we shouldn't want to do that. We, by our very nature, are polarizing, and we should want to be, because if you're not polarizing, you're not hot. And that's just the fact of the matter. And the thing that gets me is that even though I'm not a media person, I understand the influence tactics that they use. They use a lot of negging. They will neg. What that means is say something negative about an artist in order to trigger them and get under their skin in hopes that the artist will come and talk to them. It's just a leveraging tactic. They may not honestly feel that way. Like, in my opinion, I feel Academics feels that way about Drake. I feel like his whole thing is he wanted to hang out with Drake. So when Charlamagne took pictures with Drake with the bottles, I felt like Act felt a kind of way. And I think it's I forget one of the laws, the 48 laws, you're supposed to ignore the thing that you desire. So it was only natural that Act wanted to act as if he didn't want to be around Drake, only to be around him. And I'm not saying him being around 6ix9ine is an indication of that, but in my opinion, I feel like he really wants to hang with Drake. So he'll troll Drake, neg him, say things about the ghostwriting in OVO Sweatshop in order to kind of trigger Drake in hopes that he can have a discussion with Drake, an interview, or even hang out with the guy. And that's pretty much what a lot of these guys do. And none of these guys are perfect. And hell, they're going to say controversial things. And Charlamagne comes from the school of Wendy Williams. And she's one of the biggest trolls, okay? She's really good at this. Like, sometimes we really freaking love to hate Wendy, but we find ourselves not being able to tune out or turn away from the channel because she has us so polarized, and we're engaged in it. We are engaged in conflict. And that's what moves us. We have to accept that. So, I want to keep this one short. I just want to say that, yes, while I don't agree with everything that 6ix9ine does, or even the perceived context of Kanye's latest tweets, I'm just worried about the good music that this guy's putting out. No pun intended. I'm excited. I think this is going to be a really hot project. I'm happy for 6ix9ine, man. The man is making waves. He talks a lot of shit and he backs it up. Okay. All these other people that comes for him or whatever, and they try to troll back and forth with him, they're not hot. I feel like this. And Casanova, I was real hyped when I heard another New York artist coming out, and I liked his song. I even liked the Set Trippin' song. All of my advice to Casanova is stay out of the beef, because of course they've been having a little controversy, but I think both teams will be okay. Because I think even so, like with the shooting at the Barclays, right? I feel like it was alleged. We don't know that 6ix9ine team did the shooting or Casanova's, but I just see a lot of people putting a lot of false news out there and just jumping out the way. Treyway had just went on his live and cleared that up. A lot of the news was fake news surrounding the shooting situation. My only advice was to both of those guys is keep it at the trolling. Keep it in fun and game and competitive and hip hop, and keep it out of the streets, because I think both of these guys has the opportunity to come up with a bag. And I feel like Casanova is talented. He just needs to focus on putting out hit songs. Now, cool. He trolled back and forth with 6ix9ine, and now he has heat because of it. Now he needs to take the opportunity with the heat that he has and put out some good music. And that is all for this episode of Telling It Like It Is, Hip Hop News Reaction Podcast. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. And also hit the bell so you can get notifications whenever I post. And follow me on my social media platforms. That's SP the artist _cast on Instagram. And follow my Anchor podcast. And I'm out.